Hi. So I'm turning 23 on the 25th and I decided to finally edit my room to make it more homey because I've been living here in my parents' house again for the past 3 years and I haven't really made it into a home. So I thought while I'm editing the wall behind me, I'm not gonna change it all at once. It's just gonna be one wall at a time as long as I can afford it. I might as well just tell you the 23 things I learned at 23 while also talking about RM's new album because it is currently the 23rd as I'm recording this and ooh, that man is talented. Also, look at this tapestry that I bought. I'm going to take all these posters down and put this tapestry up. It's a little BT21 tapestry. It's so cute. I think I got it on Society 6, but let's get started. Number 1 is don't put too many posters in your room, kid, because oh my god, not only are posters expensive, but the little stickies to put the posters in, they're also, expensive. Because I remember when I was a huge Doctor Who fan, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna cover my wall in Doctor Who and all these references. And now as I'm getting older, I don't know, I don't regret it, but at the same time I do, because it's just, I'm not really that into Doctor Who anymore because of the way Moffat ran it. Ooh, number 2, audiobooks are the best investment you can make, especially if you're a commuter student, because you're constantly driving to and from school and sometimes music just gets exhausting, and that's mainly because I can't find any good songs that I like. I love listening to Spotify, but when my mobile data is turned off, I can't listen to anything new because I've used all my mobile data because I'm an idiot. But audiobooks, it's like going into a new world without having to actually sit down and read. Because when you're an adult, you just don't have time to sit down and read anymore, and that really sucks. I loved reading. I loved it so much, and now I'm just doing projects and projects and projects for school. I just don't have time, so whenever I'm in the car for the 20-minute ride that I'm in school, I just either listen to BTS or listen to audiobooks. But also Libby is also a good idea, it's free. I guess I'm gonna put those one way. And, okay. I think number 3 is F, Forever 21. Don't ever shop at Forever 21. That is a mistake. And it's not just because of environmental reasons. That's not the reason why I stopped, believe it or not. It's because their clothes just don't last. And if your clothes don't last, then what's the point of spending $20 on an item that's only going to last you a week? That's just such a waste of money and it's stupid. You might as well just go thrift shopping. And that's what I really like about this generation, oh my god, is that we like thrift shopping. All of us like thrift shopping because we get a lot of clothes and it's cheap. And it saves the environment. Forever 21, they don't last well. You wash it twice and it's broken forever. It's so stupid. 4 is RM has grown so much as an artist, and I love it because I'm listening to his playlist or mixtape playlist, whatever it is right now, and it's so different from his last mixtape. And I remember when it came out and I was like, why is it so angry? And I know I sound really biased because I really love Suga's mixtape, but it's just it's an anger that I couldn't relate to. So I wasn't I liked the mixtape because his rapping is always beautiful and amazing, but I just couldn't relate to it. And this one, it's you can tell that he's matured a lot as an artist. And it's just beautiful. Listening to this now, this is my type of jam right now. I'm ooh, RM, you are beautiful. Number 5 is reality and dreams are difficult. because reality doesn't really crush your dreams. If you don't accept reality, and like your situation and go like, okay, this is my current situation. How do I achieve my dreams? If you don't do that, then you're not really helping yourself. You have to be realistic and go, okay, what is the best way to achieve my dream? Instead of just going head first without thinking financially, because financially everything just sucks. It genuinely just sucks and I hate it so much. Number 6 is draw with breaks. Trust me, as an artist that like cried like crazy when my wrist got effed up because I didn't take a break, you will injure yourself as an illustrator or a comic artist or a fine artist. I don't understand why it's not taught in school to take care of your wrist as an artist, because it's apparently a very common thing. But I didn't know that it was. And like you can literally ruin your career, but it's fine as long as you take breaks. Please remember to take breaks. Compromise is one thing, but don't give up your dreams for a person. Don't put yourself down for a person in essence. Speaking of that, on the next one, it's whatever you do, if someone makes you cry, and it's not like a good crying, it's not a, oh my god, they're telling the truth kind of crying, it's you make me feel like shit and I'm crying because you make me feel like shit, leave them. You don't owe them anything. I stayed in a toxic friendship and a toxic job for years without realizing it. And like, I think that I'm a pretty smart person, but I'm not that smart when it comes to people because I'm a loyal person. People tend to take advantage of that. And I've learned that if that's the case, if someone hurts you, just don't bother with them. It's just not worth it. People just aren't worth it. Even when you stand something, don't let it overtake your life. Have your own dreams and your own hobbies and your own desires. Like, I stand BTS and I love them, but I still have my own dreams apart from them. I want to work for Line Webtoon, and I want to be an illustrator. And I just imagine, like, I don't know if you've heard of, like, the whole story is, V went into some guy's art gallery. He's a 60, 72-year-old man who worked at a management company for 30 years. He quit, and then he was just like, alright, I'm gonna be an artist. And then V went into that gallery and bought his stuff. And I'm like, that kind of encouraged me a lot. Even though my dream isn't for BTS, it's my dream specifically. It's like, it's kind of cool to like stand a group that also kind of like stands something that you were dreaming about. Oh, next tip. Don't be afraid to spend money on expensive things if they're worth it. Like, if they're these $129 headphones, be like, alright, so here's a list of reasons why I want it, and here's a list of reasons why I don't need it. But if you're like, it'll help me study better, and all these things, and they're good quality, and they're gonna last a while, go ahead and invest in it. However, if you're like, well, these are $1, they don't work as well, I'm gonna lose them anyways, don't have that mindset. Don't be afraid to spend on good quality stuff, because you are a good quality person and you deserve the best. On that note, wait, I think I already said it, not to spend money on like stupid frivolous things, because I have friends that like, they always cringe at like the expensive things that I buy, and they're like, Dan, how are you poor? And it's like, because I don't spend money on like tiny little things. Yeah, I have a really expensive laptop, but I need that laptop for school. And yeah, I have expensive markers, but I need that for school. I don't buy like a bunch of clothes. These are clothes that have lasted me throughout the years, and I always buy them on like clearance racks or the thrift store. I'm not constantly just spending money frivolously, you know? Don't be ashamed of things that give you joy. This sounds like an obvious one, but it took a while for me to understand, because I used to be really embarrassed of like being like enjoying Korean culture, and it's mainly because like I'm on the internet all the time and I thought it was really interesting, and I just find cultures really interesting in general. And for a while I was just embarrassed about it because of all the Tumblr people that are like, oh my god, don't do this and this, and it's like all the exchange students that I met, they were excited that I knew something from their culture. Ah! No! There we go. Done. Where I stopped, I only did 13 facts. And I'm not 13, I'm 23. So I'm gonna do some homework while I tell you more things that I learned about my life. First of all, these glasses have a blue kind of digital protective on it. Best investment ever. Do it if you're going to any computer science, graphic design, anything that involves staring at a computer for long periods of time, because trust me, if your eyes are to look at blue light for a really long time, it's gonna hurt. So I remember this one specific moment, it just hurt to blink, it hurt to hold a pen, and it was just a brain hurt pain kind of thing. So blue lens, blue filter, digital filter, whatever it's called, invest in that. This is my little notebook that I use for school. Age is just a number. Well, at a certain point, age just becomes a number because I still feel like I'm 19. I feel more mature than when I was 18, but I don't feel 23. I wouldn't say don't procrastinate, but know how to handle your time. Know how long it takes to do something, or learn how to do something really fast in order to save your time. For me, I know how to draw sketches really fast, and I know how to do thumbnails really fast, and I know how to get things out there really fast, and it has helped me in the long run. Talent doesn't really exist. Well, talent isn't important. It does exist in some extent, but it's not important. Instead, learn how to be curious and learn how to question everything. And that way, from what I've noticed, it's really helped me with my art career or art style and art movement is just my curiosity. What if I do this? What if I play with this? What if I added this element into this? You'd be surprised at how much that helps a lot, honestly, a lot. This is a lesson that I'm still trying to learn for myself because I'm still a very stupid person that doesn't understand that you have your limits. Don't stack too much work onto yourself. Try to know when to stop. And on top of that, the next one is don't be afraid to work for unpaid internships. I know that's a very controversial statement, but for me personally, for someone that has no experience in anything whatsoever, I started graphic design knowing nothing, and then I joined an internship at a gallery, and even though it's unpaid, it's definitely helping me for things that I'm going to do afterwards, like inventory and accounting and all those tiny things, because I do want to start my own little business of selling stuff at artist alleys, because I draw so much BTS, I might as well make some sort of profit out of it, you know? Apply for as many things as you can. Mainly because when you apply to things, you learn how to not give a shit when you get rejected. So when you finally get accepted to something, you're like, oh shit, I'm finally accepted, because rejection is normal. It's totally okay. Get used to rejection. That's pretty important. I have been rejected to so many internships, to so many opportunities just because I'm not good enough. And looking back now, I understand why they rejected me. Don't just give up because you're rejected. Just move on. Don't be afraid for rejection, because now I just apply to things and I'm like, if I get rejected, I don't really give a shit because I have other things to apply to. Things just, it's exhausting after a while. But I don't want to say you get used to it. You just build a higher tolerance of being sad over things, and now I'm just not as sad over things. When you have someone driving in the car, please offer to buy them ice cream or give them like $5 for gas. Literally, they're doing a lot. It may seem small for you because it's just 5 minutes out of your day that they're driving you to, but it's a lot for them because they're taking the time out of their day to drive you. So don't be a piece of shit and not offer to buy them ice cream or not offer to do them stuff. It's just common courtesy. When your friend is sad, sometimes they just want someone to be there in their presence to be sad with so they don't feel alone. Don't try to give advice. Don't try to tell them to go to therapy. Don't force them to do things. Just let them know that it's okay for them to be sad around you. I think that was what I needed the most, because I was drunk during the wedding to Tennessee, and I was just crying and sobbing over something so stupid, and my friend was just patting my head, like not really solving my problems, just being there for me, and I just appreciated that. Sometimes it's okay to just go, hey, I don't know how to solve your problem, but you can just be sat on my couch if that's what's gonna help you. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on, and I'll talk to you next time.